All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the argument. If you walk out there, maybe you're listening. This is your brother Batakallah from the GMS camp here in Chicago. Coming back at you with another lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is The Lord is Turning the Table on These Devils. All right, and hey, man, we're living in good times. You know, we get to see the downfall of our enemy in real time. These devils are losing, man. You know, and it's various signs that prove that. All right, the woman is completely against them. They're completely against one another, divided. All these Edomites hate Amalek. You know, Amalek is pretty much putting these selling out these other Edomites, putting them to death, setting them up for this war and all this other shit. And it's just a beautiful time to be alive, man. But we're going to get these precepts, Lord willing, to be edifying. This is Psalm 75 and verse 6. It says, "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another." And that's why this devil is ruling over us, all right? We went off against the Lord. You know, Jake was serving idols in the past, and we had to pay the price for that. And that's why we're in the situation we're in now as a people. But, you know, the Lord has had mercy on us. The Lord has, you know, brought this truth back into the earth and is giving us an opportunity to fight for our salvation. And also at the same time, while that's happening, you know, he's slowly but surely taking power away from these devils, man. And, you know, like I said, we went off for being idolaters, and that's the only reason that this devil is above us, because they're the basis of men. They're the lowest of the low. But the Lord, to punish us, raised them up and placed them over us as rulers over us. And, you know, that's why we're in the hell we're in today. But the Lord is slowly but surely turning that back and is about to fix things properly. Salakia. And is about to fix things back properly, and we'll be in rulership in the kingdom of heaven going forward. All right. This is verse 8. It says, "For in the hand of Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them." All right. So, you know, the Lord is not a respecter of persons. We got punished for going off. Like I said, that's why we're in this situation. That's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. All right. But these wicked motherfuckers are not going to go unpunished. The Lord has a special judgment prepared for them. And it's going to be double what we're receiving right now in our captivity. So, like, these devils are going to receive double of what we're receiving in our captivity. But it's going to be in righteousness. All right. And it's going to be at the hands of Yahweh Shai on down. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 6. It says, "And Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy power with all thine heart and with all thine soul, that thou mayest live." All right. So that's the beginning of this devil, you know, losing his power, is the Lord allowing us to turn back towards him, putting the spirit in the earth and allowing us to be in this truth, to learn, you know, of our history, and to learn how to serve the Lord, and then allowing us to do that. All right. This verse 7, it says, "And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." All right. All the curses that we got placed on us, that are outlined in the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, these same curses are being placed on our enemies. They're being transferred over. All right. And it's happening in real time. This is verse 8. It says, "And thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commandments, which I command me this day." And that's what we're doing, man, in truth and in sincerity, you know, to the best of our ability. And when Yahweh Shai comes back and we get those new bodies, it'll be a 100% completed process, and we won't be able to go off no more. We'll always be in the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and we'll rule over these devils. All right. In perpetuity. All right. And, you know, these devils will serve out their 1,000 years and get destroyed, and we'll rule over the rest of the heathens after that. All right. But Salakia, But these devils, all these curses are being placed upon them. All right. You got devils complaining about Edomites, complaining about not having enough money to pay their bills, which is unheard of. You got the white woman completely against the white man. You got Amalek and the rest of the Edomites completely against one another. All these countries completely against one another. All right. And it's just going to keep getting worse for them. And as it gets worse for them, it gets better for us. All right. This is and you 2/3, you're in cahoots with this devil, so it's getting worse for y'all too. The only way for it to get better for you, is to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. If not, you 2/3 are gonna catch a missile and receive. You're gonna catch a missile, receiving your piece of the lake of fire, and the second death, and whatever other judgments that the Lord has in store for you. All right. The only way to avoid that is to repent sincerely and pray that the Lord have mercy on you. This is Sirach chapter 41 and verse 6. It says, "The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their posterity shall have a perpetual reproach." All right. So, hey, these devils, they've stolen and robbed and heaped unto themselves many treasures, but none of that matters, man. All right. They're not going to be able to use that in the day of wrath, man. The Lord is not going to be accepting silver and gold as payment for the things that these devils have done to us. All right. And on top of that, while they are in their glory, so to say, which they're still in their glory, this is still their kingdom, they have to bear the shame of being wicked and of stealing everything they got. Everybody knows that they're wicked, and they have to live with that. This is verse 7. It says, "The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake." So all these devils that are alive today, they're being held accountable socially for the things that their ancestors and their forefathers did. All right. Not going back, and we don't even have to go back that far. All right. These devils still getting active today, but it was a completely different landscape just in the 1960s, which is not that long ago, less than 100 years ago. All right. And these new age Edomites, they have to bear the shame of that. All right. And they have to not only do they bear the shame as far as socially, but they also are physically being punished by the Lord as we speak, man. All right. It's just, it hasn't reached the fullness yet, but these devils, these curses are still being placed on them, and they're going through it real bad, man. This is verse 8. It says, "Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High Power. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction. And if ye be born, ye shall be born to a curse. And if ye die, a curse shall be your portion." All right. So, hey, these devils can be born into whatever inheritance they want. They can have their society set up however they want. At the end of the day, the Lord appointed them a bounds that they cannot pass. And, they're cursed for the way that they have dealt with other people, man. And for the wickedness that they brought into the earth, that's a curse unto them. And they have to pay for that. And they always are living with that proverbial piano hanging over their head, man. And like I said, the Lord is really turning up the heat on these devils as we speak. All right. This is Job 27 and 13. It says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread." So hey, it's a lot of destruction coming to these devils, death and destruction, payback, slavery. All right. They're going to be at the bottom in the kingdom, man, for the rest of their existence. Once Yahweh Shai comes back, the rest of the time that Edomites are on the earth, they're going to be in the bottom. All right. After they serve their captivity, they're just going to get taken out of the earth, and it ain't going to be no more Edomites. But while they're here, after Yahweh Shai's return, they're going to be slaves, man, forever. All right. Or at least for forever of the rest of their time, on the earth. But this verse 15, "And those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep." And we're already seeing that right now. The white woman has already sold out Esau completely, man. Completely. All right. And these devils, they gotta the mentality of these devils is as soon as a white woman deals with one Jake, it's that white woman is tainted, and all these white bitches dealing with Jake. So they're all tainted, all right? They're all sleeping with the enemy. Well, and it's rightfully so. This is what this devil has taken. They've taken the black and Hispanic woman and done the same thing to us with them, man. But now the Lord is turning that back on these devils. All right, this is verse 16. It says, though he heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay, he may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver. So, hey, man, these devils have stolen everything they got. They have treasures that they've put away that are rightfully ours, all right, because the whole earth is for the Israelites. The Lord created the earth for the Israelites. Everything these devils have heaped unto themselves really belongs to us. And guess what? The Lord is going to give us those things back, man. All of these devils have gathered for the elect. They're not going to use none of that shit. All right. They don't even use it now. The Lord has it set up so cold where they really don't use all the gold and all that other precious materials. They just steal that shit and stockpile it up for the most part. The Lord got all that put away for us for when we come back down from them chariots and put a foot in these devils' ass. We're going to take all of that back, man. All right. So, hey, man, we got to be a good cheer. We're seeing our enemies be destroyed in real time. And, the Lord is raising us up at the same time that's happening. All right. All we got to do is keep doing what we're doing. Stay prayed up, keep the right mindset, keep the faith, and we'll be all right. So, pray for the ability to do those things and just keep pushing, man. And with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Kakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, Shalom, to the Acumen, if you are, welcome, may be listening. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Till next time, Shalom.